It seems that the Russian military command has finally realized that it is dealing with a serious enemy that needs to be fought with all available means and methods. Since February last year, the Russian military command has never used elite reconnaissance and subversion groups of the Russian army. This Russian Spetsnaz is the most professional and well-trained combat unit of the Russian army. For example, 20 fighters of the Russian Spetsnaz, capable of destroying an entire company of the enemy. Moreover, it takes a lot of time and effort to create such special operations forces. One Spetsnaz soldier, based on his professional qualities and ability to perform the tasks assigned to him, stands as 10 infantry soldiers. These guys from Spetsnaz are very tough and will do everything possible and impossible to complete the task. The main feature of the Russian Spetsnaz is the ability to operate deep behind enemy lines for several weeks or even months. Since June of this year, rumors have appeared in the information space that the Russian army has begun to actively use its elite reconnaissance and subversion groups. These rumors were related to the fact that starting in June of this year, the armed forces of Ukraine began to rapidly lose logistics bridges and valuable military equipment. Moreover, since mid-July, Ukrainian commanders began to disappear. Many of them were killed, and some ended up in Russian captivity. At the same time, it is worth noting that all the killed Ukrainian commanders were in the deep rear at a distance of 200 kilometers from the front line. It was then that there were speculations that Russian Spetsnaz was actively operating in the territory controlled by the armed forces of Ukraine. Even though the Russian military department continued to remain silent about the fact that Russian elite Spetsnaz was actively operating on enemy territory, war correspondents continued to record the mysterious murders of Ukrainian officers and the destruction of expensive Western military equipment located at a great distance from the front line. And only 3 months later, in early September, representatives of the Russian Defense Ministry recognized the fact that elite units of the Russian Spetsnaz are on enemy territory and successfully perform all the tasks assigned to them. Moreover, there were even numerous shots presented where the destruction of the Ukrainian army's logistics bridge over the Sudost River and the destruction of an enemy convoy were shown, as a result of which, the Russian Spetsnaz managed to capture valuable documents containing important military information and NATO communication codes. At the same time, it is reported that the activity of the Russian Spetsnaz has increased so much that it has caused concern in the Pentagon and NATO. The fact is that within 3 months, Russian Spetsnaz managed to inflict huge damage on NATO forces in Ukraine. According to military experts, the activity of the Russian Spetsnaz will only grow, and the peak of this activity will come in the autumn-winter period.